Hey guys, I just got off the exercise bike and I turn on my computer and it's like, Epstein's dead. Epstein's dead. How you guys doing this fine Saturday morning? I got to plug in some light. Let's see. All right. Unprepared. Unprepared. I'm running an ad. Am I? Okay. So, how many of you actually believe Epstein is really dead? Mainstream media says he's dead, so he must be dead, right? I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm going to stop short of calling people a moron if they believe everything mainstream media says, but you really got to be mentally challenged in this day and age where you can find pretty much anything in the world on your portable devices. You can look at all the examples of the lies from CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS. I mean, blatant lies where they don't even have to lie. Remember, God, where they just fabricate. Nancy Grace and Ashley Banfield were sitting in that parking lot saying they were thousands of miles away from each other. Well, they're like 30 feet away from each other, and the same cars are zooming by in the background. Things they don't even have to lie about, they lie about. Hey, yeah, let's say Nancy Grace is a couple thousand miles away and Ashley Banfield's in another location. Are you serious? And if it wasn't for the internet, people on the internet catching them on their crap, we'd still be in darkness. We'd still be in the Stone Ages in regard to knowledge about what mainstream media is actually doing to us. It's a propaganda machine, guys. It's a propaganda machine. So when you have this, look at this. Here's what I saw when I first, let's see. I was trying to set up Streamlabs, guys, so I wouldn't have to do it this way. I know this is cheesy as all get out, but hopefully it'll work. But look at this. Look at all these mainstream sources lining up. Look at this. What's that? ABC. Jeffrey Epstein, accused sex trafficker, dies by suicide. New York Post, Epstein dead in apparent suicide. Jeffrey Epstein dead of apparent suicide. USA Today, NBC News, Jeffrey Epstein, accused sex trafficker, is dead by suicide. Found in his cell. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. I don't believe it for a minute. I mean, we all called it. Hey, he's going to be Arkancided, but you got to. This is a higher profile minion. This Jeffrey Epstein guy comes out of the blue. It's mysterious as to what he really does. We don't know how he makes his money. We know Leslie Wexler. He holds that account. So that he can manage his funds or whatever. But we really don't know much about Jeffrey Epstein. We know he's got an island. We know he's got Lolita Express. We know Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and a whole bunch of other people flew on the Lolita Express. And some people are like, yeah, well, Donald Trump only flew on it to get from one place to another because he needed a plane. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever you want to believe. I mean, I don't. There's a lot of crap involved with kids, and sex trafficking is a real thing. And these guys watch out for each other. And I don't believe for a second this guy who's got so much leverage, and I don't think Jeffrey Epstein's a stupid guy. If I was Jeffrey Epstein and you could slip yourself for a second into the criminal mind, I'd be like, let's see. Okay, I'm a billionaire or supposed billionaire, and I have access to all these resources. And even the stories, how, there's this intricate detail about how he wasn't real covert about what he was doing. He's really open. Maybe in some regards he was stupid. I don't know. But I don't think he was stupid in the sense of, I'm going to cover my ass. I am going to cover my ass, and I'm going to have documentation. I'm going to have videotapes. I'm going to have audio tapes. Every room's going to be bugged. I'm going to have archive files, just time locked. So if you guys mess with me, guess what? The whole world's going to know about you, buddy. So they probably took care of Jeffrey Epstein, and he's probably on some other island somewhere, enjoying life and having sex with kids. I don't know. Maybe he is dead, but I don't believe for a second what mainstream media is saying. So let's read a couple of these articles here with a critical eye. Let's not 666 people in the chat room right now. Okay, good. 677 now. That happened the other night. I just happened to look up and it was like 666, and it's like, all right. I got some videos coming out today too. I don't know. It seems like I'm watching videos all the time, and maybe I am going Looney Tunes. But when you look at CNN, and I will take the hit for you guys, but when you look at CNN and you realize and you kind of wake up to what's actually going on, it's almost like, Well, they should have added a laugh track to that one. That was hilarious. And everybody else is crying, and you're like, the guy's hugging Beta O'Rourke. El Paso used to be a beautiful place. And Beta O'Rourke, because he's such a saint, right? Come here. Come here. Make sure the cameras are on. Make sure the security, you guys all in place. You guys good? Everybody good? Okay. Okay. Cameras are on. Hey, camera B, I'm over here. I'm about to hug this guy. This is for my campaign. Oh, come here. Anybody who believes a politician gives a damn about one hair on your head is absolutely, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy. It's lunacy to believe a politician and to believe mainstream media who fuels politicians and to watch CNN go out of their way to make sure that that Beta O'Rourke, I like somebody said Beta O'Dork. I started calling him Beta O'Dork. Maybe I'll get my channel pulled down for that. I don't know. But Beta O'Rourke, for CNN to get up there and try to convince you guys that a politician is really kind and compassionate and gentle, and that's what America needs right now is kindness and compassion and emotion and someone who can connect with you. They're just these salesmen for God. It's like the hypnotist going, follow the watch, go to sleep. All right, I'll deal with the super chats later, guys. All right, this is the fodder from NBC. Let's see. Let me set this up so there's not much of a glare. Sorry about the glare, guys. I am trying to set up OBS. It was saying my stream key wasn't working last night. I couldn't get my webcam to work. I don't know, a whole bunch of nonsense. Let's just watch. I guess they got a video right. Yeah, well, we'll just watch this for a second.
This is an NBC News special report.
Oh my God, pay attention,
Here's
special
Peter
report.
Alexander.
Oh God.
Good morning. This is an NBC News special report. NBC News has learned that disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Epstein took his own life while he was behind bars.
Now notice that language, guys. They put themselves on a limb on those first two sentences. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Not we've heard that Jeffrey Epstein's allegedly dead. Did this reporter actually see the body of Jeffrey Epstein? Did he actually see him laying in the morgue? Under other circumstances, they say, well, it's an alleged event or he allegedly did that. But now it's Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Is dead. This is conclusive. You just believe us. Take our word for it. Jeffrey Epstein gone out of the picture. Wow, that's convenient. He can escape all this litigation. He can escape the critical eye of Americans who, for the most part, don't tolerate sex trafficking, especially when it deals with kids. He's dead. Just take NBC's word for it. He's dead. Sorry for the interruption. Let's see. All right. What do you got to say for us, NBC?
Here in New York City, facing charges of sex trafficking. We want to get the very latest now from NBC News investigative correspondent Tom Winter, who is joining us by phone. Tom, what more do you know?
What you got for us, Tom?
Peter, what we know is that at some point this morning, Bureau of Prisons and prison officials found Jeffrey Epstein in his cell. Apparently, he had hanged himself, and they called the EMS, the Fire Department of New York, EMS.
Wait a minute. He hanged himself? What did he hang himself with? Guys, I went to prison one time, and I kind of touched on this the other day when we were talking about background checks, and this came up on a background check that I had. I was 18 years old. I was being stupid. Actually, I was trying to defend somebody, and I got called the bad guy, and they threw me in jail. So they put me in solitary confinement for it was 8 or 9 hours. I was literally going crazy, man. I thought they forgot about me. I was kind of freaking out. But before they put me in the jail cell, after they fingerprinted me, they took away my shoes. So I wouldn't have I said, why are you taking my shoes? The floor is cold. Well, we don't want you to hang yourself or something with your shoelaces. Hang yourself. Like, I only did an offense in a drunken stupor in Panama City, Florida. This guy is a registered sex offender, a high profile. It's a national story. And they don't have 24-hour surveillance on this guy, and he's allowed to hang himself supposedly in a security cell. He should be in solitary confinement with no way of hanging himself so that he can be brought to trial. So they let Jeffrey Epstein hang himself. They let him do that. And now we're going to take an official's word for it that he's actually dead. Okay. All right. Just turn your minds off. Just believe us. Just turn your minds off. It's okay. Go back to sleep.
In cardiac arrest at that time. He was transported to New York's downtown hospital, and then he was pronounced dead. It's a stunning turn. Obviously, several weeks ago, NBC News and several other outlets reported that Epstein may have made some sort of an attempt on his life, although officials at the time and later upon investigating it were wondering if it was more of an effort to get attention or perhaps to get better conditions for himself. Obviously, that has radically changed with this news.
Oh, he's probably got better conditions for himself, way better. He's out of the public spotlight now, wherever he is, whether he's in a morgue or sipping a margarita with the senoritas.
It comes following a day where more documents were unsealed in a civil proceeding in New York, painting an even clearer picture of what some of his victims alleged and what they said. Excuse me. And on top of that, Peter, it's just an incredible turn. This is somebody who kind of had gotten off easy from a judicial standpoint. Many people believe back in the mid-2000s when he was able to escape federal charges and faced only a single count in a state case tied to sexual abuse. He was indicted by a federal grand jury. He was arrested in July and faced charges by federal prosecutors here in New York who were keen to move forward with a case that featured a number of New York victims and more allegations from back in that time period, 2002 to 2005. And now they're not going to be able to go forward with that case. And this morning, Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
And Tom,
Did you hear it? He said it again. Another absolute statement. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. They're not going to be able to go forward with that case. Well, how convenient. How convenient that a good friend of Bill and Hillary Clinton has died. What? It's just a coincidence, guys. It's just a coincidence. That Clinton body count thing, you're a freaking conspiracy theorist if you think there's this big trail of bodies that follow the Clintons. What are you, brain dead moron? Come on. Man. You guys need to wake up and start believing mainstream media. Everything they say is the truth. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. He's escaped conviction. You better believe mainstream media or you're a conspiracy theorist.
be clear, it was just a matter of weeks ago, as you noted, in what was either a suicide attempt or perhaps an effort, as law enforcement officials told us at the time, to try to fake an attack on him.
Fake, that's a perfect word for you guys. Fake news. Here we go. Come on. Roll it out. Roll it out for us. We're ready, buddy.
Epstein was put under suicide watch that followed that incident where
that didn't work.
Found on his neck. He was found injured.
It reminds me of a joke. Billy, Jeffrey was on suicide watch. You had one job. You had one job, Billy. One job. Billy, you're fired. Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
In the fetal position on the ground in his cell. This is going to raise a lot of new questions, specifically how something like this could happen while Epstein was in federal custody.
Well, you're absolutely right, Peter, and what you described was exactly as we knew it at the time. It's going to raise significant questions, and it's part of the reporting and some of the information that we're going to try to gather here this morning. We're hoping to get a press release from the Bureau of Prisons, which oversees federal prisoners and federal inmates. So we're trying to get some more details about that. But yes, in light of that incident, and in light of everything going on, and the fact that he is a very high-profile defendant, he is somebody who had friends, one current president and a former president. At one point, he had been friends with. He's somebody who allegations were made more clear yesterday that some of his victims say that they were told to have sex with two former politicians, one a sitting U.S. senator and one a former governor. So for somebody who's this high profile, facing the type of charges that he was facing, and given that incident that you described, serious questions are going to be asked as to how we came to the point where he was able to die by suicide here.
Tom Winter, again, thank you very much. Once again, NBC News has now learned that disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein has taken his own life while he was in jail here in Manhattan, in New York City. Some of you will go back to today. Others will return to your local programming. I'm Peter Alexander. This has been an NBC News special report.
Okay, so they broke in on regular TV program to bring us this special report. Oh boy, do I feel special. I'm special. I feel special that mainstream media cared so much about me that they broke into my regular TV programming. TV programming. We're all programmed just to believe this. Just take their word for it. Jeffrey Epstein has deceased. He has died. He did commit suicide. He did hang himself, according to the authorities. I'm gonna get to. I saw a super chat go through there, so I'll deal with some super chats here. Let me just set it up. But I got. What do you guys think? You guys think he's dead? Thumbs up, thumbs down, A-OK, white supremacist symbol. We live in a mad, mad world. A mad world. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, where's the video? Yeah, wake the person every hour on suicide watch. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to shove this down our throats. Jeffrey Epstein died of an overdose of fentanyl. How did he get the fentanyl? He hanged himself. Really, with what material? What material did you put in the cell to ensure that Jeffrey Epstein would end his life? I don't believe his life is ended. He could have died, but I'm not going to take mainstream media's word for it. Let's see. Getting to the super chats. Clinton body count just rose by 1. Thanks for the super chat, Tony O. Tony O Face Pro. Thank you, Tony O Face Pro, for the super chat. He says, we never get proof of mainstream media claims. We get Gaddafi and Saddam proof, but everything else, show me the proof. Yeah, and that Gaddafi video, what was it, a 1999 Nokia cell phone? It was horrible, grainy, low resolution. Was that really Saddam Hussein, or did they take care of their CIA asset? There's all these questions, Witness protection, CNN will blame Putin. Yeah, it was Trump's fault. I would not doubt it if Brian Stelter got on there and go, well, we've just learned that Donald Trump had played a big part in Jeffrey Epstein dying. It's Trump's fault. It's got to be Trump-Russia collusion. It's got to be. When you look at this Jeffrey Epstein, there's Trump-Russia collusion all over it. Super chat from It's Me, KAOK, hung in fetal position. No, I think the fetal position he was talking about was when they said he got beaten up the first time and he was laying on the ground in the fetal position. I heard him say fetal position, but I don't think it was in regard to hanging. And what did he hang from? The doorknob? Show me the pictures. You think, okay, this is a crime scene, cordon it off, take a picture of Jeffrey Epstein hanging, don't touch anything here, don't disturb the crime scene. Hanging from the firmament, suicided. Yeah, we all called it, man. We all called it. When this Jeffrey Epstein thing first came out, it's like, we all said, and isn't it funny? Did you ever hear on mainstream media, he will never make it to trial? Did you hear anybody speculate when they had this panel of hosts? Well, Anderson Cooper, I don't think Jeffrey Epstein's going to make it to trial. You got all these people who are supposedly smart. They got PhDs, they got degrees after their name, and they can't even identify that, hey, this guy ain't going to trial. Jeffrey Epstein will not go to trial. We all said it. Most of us did. It's like he's not going. He's either going to be Arkancided. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a loophole that he's going to escape through, and the guy ain't going to trial. Because if he goes to trial and they put him out on Front Street, they throw him under the bus, he's going to take a whole bunch of high-profile people down with him, and they ain't going to let that happen. See, Washington, D.C.'s got a good thing going. Washington's District of Criminals has a good thing going. I haven't checked the recent stats, but children missing is the highest place in the country where children are found missing is around the Washington, D.C. area. And it kind of makes sense because the largest amount of crime that comes out of even over Chicago and Baltimore, the most crime that comes out of this country comes from Washington's District of Criminals. Because one of the things, I got to let my dog out. You want to go outside, boy? Sorry, come on, boy. You want to go outside? Go on. Good boy. You're a good boy. I love that little creature. I never thought I'd own a little 6-pound dog. He's pretty cool though. I had to get rid of. I had two Great Pyrenees and one Malinois. Man, those were great dogs. If you ever have a chance to have a Malinois or a Great Pyrenees, you got to have property though. You've got to have property because the thing about the Great Pyrenees is they're really territorial and they will like pinpoint their perimeter and everything in that perimeter they protect. Whether it's a kid, a goat, a chicken, it's like, hey, that's my property. And we had coyotes like crazy. It was one of the reasons we got the Great Pyrenees, and we were only going to get one. But the lady who was selling them, the lady and the guy who were selling them, Judah, we named one of them Judah. They were like, well, they go together. It was a brother and sister, so we got Judah and his sister. So anyway, if you ever want a dog, a big dog that can guard your property, Great Pyrenees and a Malinois. Malinois are so smart, but they're high strung. So when I moved to this subdivision right here, we had to get rid of her because she loved me so much. I would go to work and she would be so stressed out. She ate through a wooden fence to try to run and go find me. It's just crazy. She had separation anxiety, and it was anyway. We all saw that would happen. What was going to happen with Jeffrey Epstein? He's not going to trial. He's got too much information in his head. He's got too much incriminating evidence on high-profile people. Not going to happen. They're going to hide their good thing that they got going in Washington's District of Criminals. They still got to traffic those kids and make that money and support that dollar. And I'm not so convinced anymore that the dollar is just being supported by petroleum. It's called the petrodollar. That's what they established in the 1970s when they established OPEC and all that kind of stuff. But to keep this dollar afloat, we need more than oil now, because we're producing massive amounts of oil under the Trump administration in the United States now. So it's a petrodollar, it's a narco dollar, and it's a sex trafficking dollar. There's all this stuff. They have to have drugs. We have to be in Afghanistan. The reason they're in Afghanistan is so they can support the narco dollar. If all this currency comes home to us, guys, we're going to have hyperinflation just like they did in Weimar Republic. This is not sustainable. Our trajectory is not sustainable at all. We can't continue. The math doesn't add up, and the math will not be kind to those who don't fall in line with it. So this Jeffrey Epstein is dead crap. Show me the proof. And even when they give you the proof, like it's me, KAOK. Tony O says we got Gaddafi and Saddam proof, but everything else, yeah. But what kind of proof was that? That could all be a stage show too. Who knows? Who knows what's really going on? But we do know one thing: Jeffrey Epstein's out of the picture. They're not going to resurrect him and go, "Oops, we made a mistake. Jeffrey Epstein's really alive." No, he's not coming back in the picture. Whether he's on a snow sand beach island sipping margaritas with the senorita, or whether he's cold in a morgue somewhere with a tag on his toe, we don't really know. But we know he's not coming back in the picture. So now all the elites are going, whew. Now all we got to do is explain how he hung himself in prison. Hey, Billy, I think we got away with it, but there's some questions we're going to have to answer. So they're going to have this big press conference with all the microphones on the stand, and they're going to make this a big show. And that's just how mainstream media works. It's fake stream media, guys. Fake stream media. We are being snowed so bad. Let's see. Rowdy Route says, keep going. Thanks for the super chat, man. Guys, I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It really, really helps out a lot. Metatruth says, this is sickening. Either silence or overseas. And yeah, and what do you do with the guy? What do you do if he is alive? There's some logistics you got to work out. What do you do with the Jeffrey Epstein? He was a high-profile guy, supposedly a billionaire. A lot of people knew him. A lot of high-profile people knew him. But there's facial alterations you can do. I'm sure the CIA can pull some serious tricks out of the bag and put some prosthetics in his cheek and make him look like he's somebody different than he really is. So when you have unlimited resources, you can pretty much do anything. If Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, and I don't know whether he is or isn't, guys. I'm not being conclusive like we just heard NBC is being conclusive. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. He did hang himself. According to authorities, he is no longer with us. No, I can't say that. Even if they showed us a picture, how do we know he's not just sleeping and faking? They may well produce a picture, because I can just see a whole lot of people being on the internet going, okay, you say Jeffrey Epstein's dead. Show me the money. Show me the proof. The very least they could do is take a digital picture and put it up on the screen. Here, Jeffrey Epstein's dead. You know, that would at least fool somebody. You know, you got to make it look believable. But there are logistics involved. If Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, think about it. If you got, you know, witness protection program or whatever, and you had unlimited resources, you know, what could you do? Really, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. So Metatruth, thank you for the super chat. This is sickening, either silenced or overseas. Arbad. Thanks for the super chat. He says Epstein equals child purveyor to the elites and royal families worldwide. Proof that gun control does work. Bill and Hill's wet worker, dry fired a lot. He child purveyor to the elites and royal family. Yeah, there's no telling what he was. He was probably just, you know. And the scary thing is, he was probably a lower rung facilitator. You know, we don't really know much about Jeffrey Epstein. Even the mainstream media said it was a mystery, but I think that's all by design too. It's a mystery. Who's Jeffrey Epstein? How did he get his money? Wall Street Journal says Jeffrey Epstein found dead in jail. Officials say. Officials. Another way to, you know, separate the peasant class from the ruling class. Oh, officials say. Have you guys noticed? I can't stand this. When you go to the Washington Compost or the New York Slimes website, you have to buy a subscription if you want to see their news. I'm not buying a subscription. That's crazy. Oh, for as low as $1 a month or $1.99 a month. I don't want to buy fake news. I'd just rather see it for free. But this is the Wall Street Journal. Financier Jeffrey Epstein has been found dead. This is conclusive, not has allegedly been found dead. Has been found dead in a Manhattan jail while awaiting trial. How convenient. On sex trafficking charges, law enforcement officials say. Mr. Epstein, Mr. Epstein, wow. Another thing I noticed is when they did the O.J. Simpson trials, they were always calling him Mr. Simpson. And with Epstein, they called him Epstein. They didn't call him Jeffrey Epstein. They didn't call him Mr. Epstein. It was always just an Epstein. The Zionists are going to take care of themselves, guys. Tell me he's not a Zionist. Seriously? Come on. 66 years old, was being held pending trial at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan. About 2 weeks ago, officials moved Mr. Epstein to a suicide watch unit. How do you commit suicide in a suicide watch unit after he was found unconscious in his cell with marks on his neck? Mr. Epstein was arrested July 6th at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey as he was returning from Paris on his private jet, the Lolita Express. I don't know. He had a couple of private jets, so I don't know if that was the Lolita Express. Federal prosecutors in Manhattan indicted him on 2 counts related to sex trafficking of minor. 2 counts? How many hundreds of people did he abuse? How many hundreds of girls did he abuse? Which together carry a maximum sentence of 45 years in prison. There are people who get 45 years in prison for a bag of weed. I know that would have ended his life. If he truly went to jail for 45 years, he wouldn't have gotten out alive because he's already 66. Prosecutors accused Mr. Epstein of orchestrating a years-long sex trafficking operation in which he and his associates, oh yeah, what associates? Who? Not just Ghislaine Maxwell, lured dozens of girls, some as young as 14 years old, to his home in New York. I'm sure it's much worse than that, and they were much younger than that. I don't know why they've stopped here at 14 years old. I'm sure they were trafficking babies, guys. There's no telling what these sickos were doing. There's no telling how much, even with the little breadcrumbs they spread out for us to make it look like they're actually reporting the news. There's no telling how much they've obscured and hidden from us. No telling at all. His home in New York and Florida, he recruited them to perform massages in the nude that steadily progressed to masturbation and sex acts, prosecutors said. Mr. Epstein has pleaded guilty. Let's get down to this stuff. He sought to be released from jail. Okay. Mr. Epstein had been held at a Manhattan jail at the Metropolitan Correctional Center that has housed high-profile inmates such as Mexican drug lord. Okay, wait, let's get to the facility has drawn criticism from staffers, union officials, inmates, and attorneys for substandard conditions and a lack of basic amenities such as books for inmates. Yeah, we don't want the inmates not to have reading material. Help those guys out. They're just criminals, hardened criminals. Officials with the Federal Bureau of Prisons who administer the jail didn't immediately respond to a request for comment on Mr. Epstein's death. The recent charges against Mr. Epstein. Okay, come on. Details have been criticized. I don't think I'm going to get to it. Looks like they kind of closed it out. Yeah, so it's conclusive for them. He is dead. He is dead. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. He has passed away, according to officials. It's not alleged, not alleged. He is dead. Yeah, right. Yeah, we can believe everything that you guys say. Bunch of morons. All right, guys, I just wanted to give that to you. I don't know if you had heard it. It was breaking news for me when I got off the exercise bike this morning, and I wanted to share it with you and get your take on it. I just saw another super chat come through. I'm not going for an hour. I know last time I said I'm not going for an hour, and I went for an hour and 3 minutes. But here, last super chat. Thanks, Metatruth. Birthright program for the Jews, free paid trip to Israel. The Zionists take care of each other. They do. They do. For people to think that there's not a Zionist problem in the United States, all you have to do is look under the covers of Congress. They own the House. They own the Senate. They own the White House. Public American officials are not in control of this country. All you have to do is to find out who's in control of this country, read your Federal Reserve note. They are in control of this country. They are the Zionist international banking cartel. Israel owns America. We are on the leash for Israel. If you doubt that, look at Adam Green's channel, look at RTR Truth Media. They have rock solid documentation. And part of where this big white supremacist push is coming from the ADL, you can say anything you want to about white people these days, but you cannot say what they say about white people about any other ethnic group. What's up with that? What's up with that? There's no reverse racism. There's no such thing as reverse racism. And I'm kind of questioning as to the validity of what they call real racism. Okay, Zionists take care of each other. I can't see them taking out their Zionist brother. I can't either. I can't. I'm with you, Metatruth. I can't see him taking out their Zionist brother either. I mean, it's like George Carlin says, man. Did they off George Carlin? He spoke so much truth. If you're not familiar with George Carlin, pull up one of his videos, especially one of those videos that he deals with euphemisms and talking about the elite. He said, and this is true. This is just true. It's a big club. Government is a big club, and guess what? You ain't in it. Government literally means mind control. Governo, to control or govern. Mind, mentis is mind control, to control the mind. Government is all about control. They don't care about you. They just want to control you. Next super chat, Mr. Brown 86. Better have a burial at sea, otherwise the elite will make it a Mecca. Otherwise, the elites will make it a Mecca. Okay, Mr. Brown, explain that last part. Better have a burial at sea. I understand that. Get rid of the evidence. Get rid of the body. Otherwise, the elites will have it make it a Mecca. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I got you. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna. Anybody want to add anything to this? By the way, thanks for, this was such short notice doing this live stream. I really appreciate you guys. I will have at least 2 more videos on my backup channel up today. And you got to see the next one on CNN. You got to see what they propagated. It was, I'm not even going to tell you. I don't want to, no spoiler. And then I'll have another video up on my main channel, which is literally dying. You guys should see my stats. While I got you on here, let me just show you my stats for my main channel. It's so pitiful. Look at my stats from my main channel. By the way, somebody did, I can't remember who it was. Somebody did how much does high impact flicks make on YouTube? And they did for my main channel. And they're saying I make $80-something thousand on YouTube a year. And I'm fully demonetized, guys. I showed you guys that I'm demonetized. And now look at what they're doing to my channel. Keep in mind, I have more than 500,000 subscribers. Look, I have 570,529 subscribers. People with channels of 5 or 10,000 get way more views than I do. Way more views. Look at this. For this is a 2-week run right here. For the last 2 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, all but 4 days in the last 14 days, I lost subscribers, and I'm not even averaging 20,000 views a day on a 570,000 subscriber channel. Those stats are pitiful, pitiful. So anyway, okay, guys. All right, one more super chat. I'll deal with this one super chat because I just saw it come in. Okay, somebody did another super chat. All right, guys. Rowdy Route says you should market the high impact gallon water cup. Yeah, this isn't high impact. I got one for me and my girlfriend. Look, it's got these little indicators on. I'm not selling this, guys, but this is so cool. By the way, if you drink sugary drinks, stop drinking sugary drinks. Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, that stuff is crap for you. I mean, as a general rule in your life, if you drink something that you can pour on your battery and clean your battery posts off, it's probably not a good idea to put that stuff in your stomach. But anyway, this thing, it's got little indicators right here. It's good to drink. Try to drink like a gallon of water a day. Get rid of all your sugary drinks, everything else, drink purified water, and you're going to feel great. Like in a week, you'll feel different, especially if your body's accustomed to drinking crap and eating crap. This will really clean out your system. Like take 10 good gulps of water right when you get up in the morning. It just makes you feel good, real good. Okay, next super chat. San Joaquin Valley. Oh, by the way, thanks Rowdy Route for the super chat. And San Joaquin Valley Transparency. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all you do, man. Check out San Joaquin Valley Transparency's YouTube channel. He's got some really, really good videos out there. They're First and Second Amendment auditors. They go out there with their cameras and they hold public officials accountable. So check out his stuff. One video you had, man, that you posted like 2 or 3 days ago was hilarious about that cop. Or that guy, what was that sound effect? It sounded like a lion. Here, let me just paint the picture for you, but you have to go to, this is a teaser for the video on San Joaquin Valley Transparency. This guy walks up to this cop car with a video camera in his face. The cop doesn't see the guy with the video camera because he's playing on his, he's doing something on his laptop in his cruiser. And the guy does some sound effect where it sounds like the roar of a lion and scares the crap out of this cop. And the cop just puts it in gear and drives off. It was hilarious. So that is on San Joaquin Valley Transparency YouTube channel. So go to his channel. JC, thanks for the San Joaquin. Thanks for the super chat. And JC, thank you for the super chat. And JC says, thank you, Brian, for your hard work. The little we can do to inform the masses will bring all of us to a peaceful society. And that's what it's all about, man. That's why I have this channel. Because I mean, just think, what if we all did something in our neck of the woods, in our slice of the world? What if we just keep doing something positive for people, whether it's proclaiming the truth or helping a little old lady across the street or helping a kid increase knowledge, or exposing mainstream media, or helping a single mother who's in trouble or whatever. If you can just continue to do these acts of kindness, we will make our world a better place. Where it starts, though, is truth, dispelling lies and showing the truth, especially where it's mainstream media is concerned. So he says, thank you for your hard work, Brian. The little that we can do to inform the masses will bring us all to a peaceful society. You are in control, not others. Live, love, and enjoy life. Everything else is optional. JC, appreciate that. That was an awesome comment, man. And I appreciate the super chat as well. All right, one more came through. Jimmy Meeks, thank you for the super chat, Jimmy. There's no message for Jimmy. I may do another live stream tomorrow, and if there's a breaking news event, I'll do another one today. If there is breaking news, give me a thumbs up. Do you want me to just, wherever I am, just do a live stream? If I see 25 thumbs up, I'll do that. Because when I get breaking news, I just, the first thing I think about is you guys. I just want to share it with you guys, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. And if I don't, even if I don't have knowledge on it, let's work through it together. You know what I mean? None of us is greater than all of us. If we all put our minds together and we all throw our ideas into the pool of humanity, we can really, we can change the world.